Watch this.
I'd love to see some unity and people coming together and fighting less and being together more.
Don't you think that that's a positive message to put out there into the ether with all these acts of vandalism and hatred and a bunch of people arguing back and forth at each other, throwing insults, throwing just mean words at each other all around, making hateful speeches about each other? Don't you think it would be better if we all just came together and had a little bit more unity, a little bit more compassion for one another? We actually understand each other instead of talking over each other. We join hands for the worldwide circle jerk. I think all of these are more positive absolutes in life instead of the destructive hellhole that is our reality. Don't you think that's all good? And don't you think that this man is quite a respectable individual for saying that out loud? Good, because I'm about to pull the rug out from under you, because this man decided it would be a great idea to shoot at two individuals that he thought were Palestinian.
Caught on camera, two men escaping danger after coming under fire in Miami Beach. The suspected gunman now behind bars. 7's Danielle Garcia is reporting live in Miami Beach with the very latest on the investigation. Danielle, good morning.
Good morning, Lorena. Well, the suspect told police that he shot and killed two Palestinians. Well, that statement could not be further from the truth. They are alive, they survived, and they're actually a Jewish father and son visiting from Israel. The entire situation just horrifying. Frantic moments just minutes after a shooting. Two men on surveillance video banging on the doors asking for help at a condo building on Indian Creek Drive in Miami Beach. You can see one of them bleeding. Later on Facebook, one of the victims posted in an Israelis in South Florida Facebook group saying, "Dear Jews, we need your help. My father and I were on vacation in Miami. We were in the car on Saturday night. A van stopped next to us and started shooting dozens of bullets at us. We live in a miracle." He shared a video of his car with all the bullets as well. Miami Beach police say this man, Mordecai Brofman, shot at them 17 times.
It's absolutely abhorrent.
This is an interview Brofman did with 7 News more than a year ago when a beach bagel shop displaying the Israeli flag was vandalized.
I'd love to see some unity and people coming together and fighting less and being together more.
In his interview, he called for unity, but Sunday he's accused of anything but. Brofman is being charged with attempted murder. Why Brofman allegedly shot is unclear, but in his arrest report it states, "It should be noted that while in custody in our interview room, the defendant spontaneously stated that while he was driving his truck, he saw two Palestinians and shot and killed both. The victims and the defendant do not know each other." Turns out the victims are actually Jewish from Israel. The victims were rushed to the hospital, one shot in the shoulder and the other grazed in the forearm. It all unfolded around 9:30 Saturday night. Police say the two victims were stopped on Alton Road just north of 48th Street when Brofman drove by them, stopped, got out of his car, and opened fire. They say he then drove to a home a few minutes away on Pine Tree Drive where cops caught up with him and arrested him.
Look at all of the police.
Neighbors described the chaos on their street. 17 evidence markers showing where the bullets landed.
It was pretty intense, and all the traffic was cleared. It was just police officers.
I was really in shock.
And it speaks volumes to the hatred one must have for another group of people, to where you're just moseying on about your casual day, and then you see two people whom you don't know, and you just think to yourself, I hate them so much, I'm going to shoot them. And the caveat being you're someone who wants peace, you want everyone to be unified, lets me know you don't want that. You just want a bunch of people to follow your way of life because you think your way of life is the only way of life that fucking matters. And I'm here to let you know that's not really how that works in common society. That's not how that works in general understanding, because unfortunately for everyone watching this video, or everyone around the world, everyone doesn't think the same. Everyone doesn't think in one conglomerate level of groupthink unless you go on social media and you sit in your favorite corner of the internet. That's the only way you're actually going to be around a bunch of people who think and act just like you. And if you're not willing to put forth the effort of being terminally online, you're going to have to deal with people in the real world who will think differently from you. And that is a beautiful thing because it creates conversation and understanding. Whether if you fully agree with someone or you completely disagree with them, it's better to know and understand thy neighbor than pulling out a gun when you see them and shooting them, because I think that's a little bit destructive. I think that's not productive to any form of unity, and it makes me further create more evidence for my point of not trusting any human on the planet. Because if I'm just going on about my day and I have to deal with some random fuck saying, I don't like his beard, and shooting me, that's a problem for me when I go to the store and get my ketchup that I put in the pantry. I don't feel as if I'm not understanding the unity from this individual. I'm thinking this is a guy who just wants people to follow his way of life, and that is not productive in a society, or at least in a society where people all across have different beliefs, different understandings, and different ways of life. And you can hate it, that's fine, but to act upon that hate, to shoot other people thinking you're doing the Lord's work or thinking that you're going to be justified in doing it, makes you absolutely batshit insane. And I can't wait for you to get that nice kinky love from Big Tyrone, because unfortunately for you, Big Tyrone loves all nationalities, especially when they come into his jail cell. Subscribe to the channel, boys and girls, and let me know in the comment section, would you randomly shoot somebody who you don't know all because you think they might be of a different background from you? Or are you a normal human being who will just see somebody and say, yeah, you know, they're just probably walking weird. Let me go on about my day. I'll see you all in the next one. Mwah! Goodbye.